Hi guys, I'm Saumya. Thanks for watching and I'm back with another video. In today's video, I'm going to be talking about a book that has a story that talks about selling a smartphone at a really low price to people to make it accessible to all classes of people. If you are a book lover and like reading, then do not forget to subscribe to my channel Saumya's Bookstation because I make loads of bookish content on this channel, and also do not forget to press the bell icon so that you get notified every time I post a video. So the book that I'm going to talk about in today's video was sent to me by the author, and that book is called Smartphone at Rupees 300 by Maneesh Dhauni. I read this book in my Kindle, and actually I had reviewed another book by this author some time back, and that book was called End of All Crimes at East West Island. So the story in this book that I'm going to talk about in today's video is also taking place in a place called East West Island. So the main focus of this story is how a company called Paper Limited manufactures a model of a smartphone, calling it 4SB, and selling it to the people below poverty line at a really cheap price of Rupees 300. Along with this smartphone, they also start an app called FPM, which is short for Friday Pocket Money, and through this app people are able to generate weekly income. The story also talks about how these two things are made possible in a way that leads to the development of the people of East West Island, and also at the same time it brings profits to the investors and sponsor of the smartphone and the FPM app. The story follows the theme that how after these two technological advancements take place, everything in East West Island changes for the better. The standard of living improves and people start living a more convenient lifestyle, and everything starts running smoothly because things become digital and everything becomes easier. The protagonist of the story is a man named Rohit. Now Rohit has a secret identity. He is an undercover assassin for the army, but at the same time he is also the adopted son of an ultra-rich businessman named Mike Paper. Yes, that's his name, Mike Paper. And Paper Limited belongs to Mike Paper, and as a result of Rohit being his adopted son, he manages the affairs of Paper Limited, and it is Rohit who comes up with the idea of this smartphone to be made available to everybody, even to people below poverty line. There are some additional elements in the story, like the author has tried to add some suspense with regards to how somebody is trying to murder Rohit, and apart from that, Rohit's backstory is also shared with the reader. So one thing is pretty clear, that the author Maneesh Dhauni is pretty inclined towards creating a society that is utopian in nature. That's what he did in his first book. That's kind of what he has tried to accomplish in his second story as well. By the way, this is not a standalone book. This is a book that will be followed by another book. Whatever the author proposed in the story as regards the smartphone and the app, that sounded fantastic, because if something like that can happen, it would be very beneficial for the people. The book could definitely have been edited a lot better than it was, because there were many mistakes in the book that I kept coming across. Hiring editors and getting your book polished is a step that is not skippable, unless of course you yourself write impeccably and you yourself make sure that there are no mistakes in the book, because that is an important part. And I think everybody will agree when I say this, that if a book has editing errors like here and there, it can still be excused, but if every other line has a mistake, then that is not something that is excusable. What I did like in the story was the part where it was shown that different people were benefiting from the introduction of the smartphone and the app, and how they were benefiting and how their lives were changing. There were quite a few examples that the author had mentioned in the story. I mean, these were the kind of stories that if they happen in real life, it would be really great, so they were nice to read about. So the story had some additional elements apart from the main story, which was basically the advancement in the society because of these new technologies, and the additional elements were that of suspense of Rohit's past and his romantic life. The other elements could have added value, but since they were incorporated erratically, they kind of did the opposite. The idea behind the story was not bad at all, but it needed better execution in terms of editing, in terms of incorporating different elements. If that had been done properly, it could have been a good story. Right now it's just a good idea to me. So that was my review for Smartphone at Rupees 300 by Maneesh Dhauni. I hope you found it useful. If you want to connect with me on my social media, the links are in the description. I'll see you in my next video. Till then, bye bye.